Hi there guys, it's Dan here with your weekly members update. Just starting here, let me just pop over to the euro dollar. So euro dollar had a huge, it's had a huge move down. If we look at this on a monthly chart here, big move, been after this sort of rally and stall, we've just rolled over, and we're just in a very interesting place now. So you can see here, I've marked on the chart, we've got the pandemic low here, and now we're making a new low this month. And actually, if we look further left, we've got this real band of support here. And we're, pretty much right on that now, 10,400 area. Now those sort of lows were back in, January 2017, 2015, and so this will be an area of support. And if we go to our kind of daily chart now, you can see I have drawn this kind of fib here, not wanting to be sort of too complex with it. It's red, it's short, but we're starting to lose a bit of momentum here. You can see on our sort of storyteller. And so at this kind of real level of support here, and with this, I suppose you'd call it a bit of a two wave here, 1 and 2. And if we draw then our sort of fib measurements here, like this, then, we're right at one of these fib sort of extension areas, 176.4. And just wondering really if we're going to have or watching for a bit of a bounce. Now, do we bounce here to the 100% here? That generally is the way we would play this, is looking for a rally, and there's every possibility that could play out. So a bit counter trend, very much at a key support area here. Then maybe do we, if we rally up here, then do we take a bit of a run up and try and really make a proper new low, even down to sort of 10,000. So just watching that, being real interesting zone now. We look at the dollar index, and really the dollar basket, it is the opposite, completely the opposite of the euro dollar, because the euro dollar makes up a good sort of 30% of it, and all of the other sort of dollar related pairs. So it's been long and strong, and absolutely fantastic upside movement. But just wondering again, we're hitting this sort of key area here of resistance. We've got a little bit of a triple top here, another 100 odd pips to go, and then maybe we see a turnaround in the dollar here. So in an interesting place. Obviously, from our perspective, we don't sort of necessarily trade the dollar index, but we do look at those dollar related pairs. Another one is the pound dollar. Again, just back into sort of support area. This, I mean, we've got a new momentum trigger and PTS combination here on the pound dollar. So maybe we do head after this low and even further down. It's been a big moving month for the dollar pairs. This divergence is not in play on the on dollar. The swing wasn't quite as good as the euro dollar, but yeah, it's very short, but it's incredibly extended. So just anticipating a little bit of a rally in those dollar pairs and a little bit of dollar weakness. So we'll see if that sort of plays out. It is very kind of counter trend, very, you know, you want to really ideally just let it bounce and then look for new shorts up in these sorts of zones, unless you're that way inclined that you like playing reversals. So that's the sort of dollar related pairs. We'll have a quick look at the dollar CAD here. So dollar CAD had a you know, heck of a reversal last week, and now again we're just into you know, an area where the market has stalled before. Nothing to do. It's just long and looking long on the sort of daily, and now we have a new momentum trigger PTS sort of combination here on the weekly. So we've been in this sideways consolidation for so long, you know, back to, where are we, 2021, summer of 2021, and does this momentum trigger mean that we break out and we push up to a new trending phase? It would be nice if we, a lovely trending down move here. We rallied and recovered. We just trying to make low highs, low lows, but just sort of stalled a bit. And now this looks pretty strong here. So if we close out the week here, certainly be looking for long side trades still next week, maybe after a bit of a pullback daily. And that would be quite nice. You know, if we're back into this support sort of zone, maybe pop off 100 pips, and then we'd be looking for new longs, new buys. So that's sort of dollar related pairs and some of the things I'm looking at in terms of the Forex market. And just one other market that is still of interest, Aussie New Zealand. I've been speaking about this. We've still got this potential for the breakout trade. Don't know if it's going to play out, but it still looks long and strong here on the weekly. And yeah, we came back down to some support, and you know, really nothing much to do other than to just wait for the new daily green buy. And you know, we could get that in the next few days. We're back up to this kind of big trend line that we see on the monthly across the highs. And so you know, it's decision time. Are we going to push out and go into a new trending phase up, or do we just continue to sideways chop? So interesting market. We'll see how the week closes out. I like this, you know, momentum trigger on our storyteller, and a sort of green PTS on the monthly. You know, if I look at it here, green on the monthly, green on the weekly. Just need to wait for it to turn green on the daily for, you know, a swing trade, new swing trade long, and it could be a nice trending move up. We just have a quick glance at the stock markets. They're in a, you know, again, a bit of an interesting place. We'll start with the Dow. Lovely kind of sell-off yesterday. We hit our kind of free money, which, you know, 8-period moving average here, and just absolutely capitulated down. And you know, we are in a little bit of support here, just watching for the next kind of move down intraday. If we go to kind of 1 hour chart, we've had a bit of a relief rally today. Oh, it's a bit of a messy chart, sorry. Bit of a relief rally, you know, is being attempted down at the lows, and it just sort of failed here. And so we're a little bit choppy and sideways after those big kind of really trending days like we had yesterday. Then you tend to get a little bit of a choppy day, bit of relief, price trying to rally. So we're sort of losing momentum here. So I would be looking for just a deeper pullback. And you know, it's fairly obvious to get back up into here, but potentially back up to the sort of 34,000 maybe in the coming days, and then see if we can get another sort of short side trade-off. That's the Dow. The DAX is in a sort of very similar place, really. If anything, it looks a bit weaker, and you know, in a better position for a new short trade. So watching that in the coming days for new shorts. The NASDAQ was really interesting as well. That sort of made the most trending move yesterday. And we actually, which is really interesting and quite key as a technical, here we closed yesterday with this very low here. We closed at a new low. You know, obviously the wicks come down, but it's not closed. You know, now we closed yesterday at a new low. That is quite significant. And you know, we'll see if we look at the weekly chart and the monthly chart, there is still potential for more downside here. We've looked at these areas before, these two sort of zones of support, and we're into that zone now. Maybe we just push a little further down to sort of 12,000 or even to the 200 period moving average here before we get that sort of big bounce. So more short side in tech stocks. Been an interesting week so far. That's kind of it for me, and I hope that is useful, and have a good rest of your day.